tempo que eu sigo ele. Agora ele fez um canal aí, no próprio canal dele eu botou tipo um canal de react, mas só de campeonato. Agora eu tô pegando as manhas dele que ele faz aqui, a hashtag ele bota. Aí, porque é o campeonato que eu vou transmitir aqui é da Indonésia. Aí eu não sei se viu não, tá lá. Eu vou colar aqui. Vou ver se aparece certo aqui agora. Pô, o Zong quer que você vá na casa dele, cara. Quer que eu seja churrasqueiro dele. Vou comer toda a carne.
Do seu churrasqueiro dele?
Eu vou comer toda a carne dele. É uma carne pra ele e 2 pra mim.
Eu já falasse pra ele que daí tem que levar o... levar da família junto.
Tá, onde ficou a foto? Não lembro da minha foto aqui. Não botei esse capa, essa capa. Aí, ó. Com esse aplicativo é massa. Aparece aqui depois. Desaparecer. Só um Miguel. Desaparecer. Tem delay, né? Olha o vagabundo aí. Tem delay? Aí já apareceu bem. Acho que era pequeno, pô. Era de alto.
Eu tô achando aí, ó.
Sabe de quê?
Conchepado.
Vê se tá em cima de Elton. Pequeno não levou na bolsa. Deve estar aí por cima. Pequeno.
Isso aí, tu acha que alguém te vê aí?
Eu posso abrir aí mais? Mas não vou abrir. Tirar. Eu não vou abrir, eu sou doido.
Mas por que você tá fazendo isso na hora pra comunicar com as pessoas?
O quê?
Por que você tá fazendo isso na hora?
Porque eu sou nerd. Eu faço uma olhada, mano.
Eu sou nerd. Pra autossustentável.
Tô dando uma placa de solar na cabeça. Qual a carteira do Jardel que existiu?
Das antigas, né? Eu te dar umas 3 gerações na vida.
Acho que deixou essa carteira enterrada no terreiro.
Fiquei aqui até 8h30 da noite ontem. O Luiz chegar. Vim trabalhar. Tipo, vindo e tava se vazando. Ah, eu sou peito, seu carne. Eu só jogo água, eu tô mijando pela bunda agora. Chegou aqui, veio trabalhar, então tá bom. Pois eu tô não sei da chave.
Aí você pega lá no meio.
O Marco tem. Ah, o Marco não tem.
Ah, não tá na sala dele.
O Marco ele sabe hoje não vem, né? Pequeno vagabundo, não deu
Mas
coxinha.
ele vem, né?
Não deu coxinha pra gente, ó. Estragou.
Deu a coxinha.
Aham, estragou.
Dia das mulheres.
Ontem, pô. No aniversário de Deus pra mim e escondeu e não me deu. Olha, ó. Tá sem ó. E foi ele mesmo, o último ir lá ontem foi ele.
Ó, tem que pegar aqui, tá? Farid. Legal.
de cima, Marco. Vou subir de cima e vou bater a foto. Já que tu não trouxe o drone pra gente.
Eu me lembrei, o cartão de memória do drone pra mim.
O Sven Marco pediu uma foto. Ele tentou bater ontem, daí ele subiu ali onde. O supervisor de vocês ontem chegou aí. Ele ficou aí, eu fui embora na hora da janta. E tava aí. Tem embora aqui comigo.
Foi embora na hora da janta.
Eu sim. O Luiz, pô.
O Luiz não veio ontem?
Não, ele tava com barriga se cagando todinho. A Marco falou, falei, para, Marco, eu posso chegar aí já na PMI. Por causa que tu ia dar de APMI, por causa que eu troca a bateria. Ah, só peguei da hora da janta, então tá, filho. Peguei e fui, nascendo minha voz dele. Eu peguei e fui. Fiquei. Aí demora muito, joguei de boa, fui lá na plataforma, dar uma olhada, ver que a paleteira ela tá descarregada, né? Na manha da aranha. Aí chegou, demora muito, o mano aparece. Luizinho. Aí, Marco, como é que vai trabalhando a já? Vai aqui. Eu só vou transmitir esse jogo aqui. Cadê? É... FFWS. Aqui, ó. Aí tu vem aqui no canal dos manos. São tudo da Indonésia. Aqui, ó. Não, aí. Por causa dessa equipe aqui, os brasileiros gostam de assistir. Eles são os melhores do mundo. A BURIRAM. Carteira.
Copia o link de compartilhamento e bota lá.
Não. Ou sai daqui e entra direto no YouTube. Aí captura o que tem na minha tela, vai capturar. Se cair aqui um código e alguém pegar, já era. É captura de tela. Tudo que aparece aqui na tela vai aparecer aqui. Se tu mandar uma mensagem aí, vai aparecer aqui, ó. Aí vai aparecer aqui. Ah, tem um delay bem grande, cara. Essa aqui. Deve ter um Pix aqui ainda. Quer pagar Pix pra mim?
Tem um Pix aí?
Aí, que aí, Code. Eu ia fazer outro, que é Live Pix, mas, pô, é muita burocracia, não vai? Ah, a esposa mandou alguma coisa pra mim. Ele marcou alguma coisa no Instagram.
Deixa os caras verem ali também.
Aparece só que assim, ó. A Amazon não abre, né?
Dorme peladão mesmo?
Tu,
Vitamina também?
tá bem.
Não,
Mas, pô, os caras falam, da Miguel, enrola. E a primeira vez a mulher vai estranhar, sempre vai estranhar que tu nunca foi dormir pelado. Ela vai estranhar, depois você acostuma.
mas ela entra na onda.
É.
Quando eu ficar grávida.
É por isso que tem tanto filho.
Aí, ó, o Luizinho marcou você no Instagram.
É daquela brincadinha, aquela quando dá vontade, né? Aquela pelada mesmo.
A pelada mesmo. Aí costuma já era. Te garanto aí em um mês pra fazer, se tu fazia 3 vezes no mês, tu vai fazer umas 5. O Eric não faz nem 10, nem 12.
Umas 5 vezes no mês?
Não dá pra fazer.
É muito pouco, né?
Viagem, né? Pra quem é casado de 10 anos. Né, Marco?
Caceta, velho. 5 vezes
Ei,
no
Marco.
mês, cara.
Uma vez na semana tu tem que chorar, nego.
Ah, 5 vezes no mês.
Fala igual o cara. Pela média brasileira, eu tô muito em cima da média. O cara diz que a média brasileira é 3 vezes no mês, pessoa casada.
Quando eu tava namorando, eu tava
Não, namorar é uma coisa.
Tá, beleza.
Namorar é uma coisa. Você vai ter sendo áudio aqui.
Transa quantas vezes no mês?
Não te interessa.
Na moral, fala aí. 5 vezes? Faz, né?
Não vou não. Mas tá sendo áudio.
E tu
falência humana aí.
Você vê os caras dando umas duasinhas na mesma semana e na outra semana não rolou nada.
No mesmo dia.
No mesmo dia? Ah, não.
Não, no mesmo dia não tem como. Porque a gente trabalha, pô. Amanhã chega.
Pô,
À noite.
sai numazinha e vai dormir.
À noite que a mulher chega e dorme. À noite é na luta.
Ficou até umas horas, mas eu chego bem cansadão.
Não quero casar.
Não quer casar.
Não tô vendo vantagem.
Pô, cara, aqui tem um delay muito grande, cara, essa merda aqui. Agora que apareceu aqui. Até agora o ping tá bom, cara. Ontem o ping tava ruim. Olha, nesse aqui eu tenho 355 visualizações.
Nossa. Mas é o YouTube.
Não, isso aqui não é YouTube, isso aqui é na louco.
Eu nem sei o que eu vou fazer na série, não. Quero só vagabundeando. O Ramon vai cair, será?
Quem?
Ramon?
Não sei, já tava falando. Se o Tite é capaz de pegar. Ih, cacete.
Tá prestes a cair. Nossa senhora, mas já. O cara perde um jogo e tá prestes a cair? Que merda. Caceta. Mas isso é bom balaio, né, mano?
Are coming up. Hanoi, Vietnam for the spring season, and Bangkok, Thailand for the fall season. And of course, we're working on expanding our esports footprint by activating more regions in 2025. After dominating regional leagues, the elites will converge on Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the EWC in July. Then, the ultimate battle arrives. FFWS Global Finals in Jakarta, Indonesia, birthplace of Free Fire esports legends. Prepare for an unforgettable spectacle. Next up is major changes in our format in 2025 to enhance audience experience. Get ready for a thrilling new format called Champion Rush. In the final match, teams race to achieve the Champion Rush point. Once a team hits that mark and secures the next Booyah, they are crowned champions. After 8 games, if we cannot find a champion team with Booyah, the highest ranking team will be the champion. This high-octane format will push our top players to their absolute limits, delivering adrenaline-fueled action in every final match. We also look for a new layer of strategic depth in 2025. We're implementing the unique active skill rule. Each team member must equip a different active skill, forcing teams to adapt and showcase diverse play styles in every match. And last, we keep building a stronger esports ecosystem. This year, we have a global talent development program that empowers local teams, players, and talents to reach their full potential. Let's make 2025 an unforgettable year for Free Fire esports fans. Together, we'll create a vibrant and exciting competitive scene where legends are shaped.
Ó, medidas, preços dos alimentos, bora ver onde tá. Ó, o cafeteiro.
Salve, salve, galera carioca!
BURIRAM está na liderança, são 17 pontos na mão deles e 3 times brasileiros zerados.
A missão difícil mas no fim das contas são 6 quedas que vão ditar quem vai ser o grande campeão.
Será que o Bops pode ser um jogador que vai ganhar 2 títulos seguidos no Mundial? Será?
Respira, entrega nas mãos de Deus, vamos fazer dar certo, tá bom? Marcha, nós ganharemos, mano, nós venceremos, nós venceremos, rapaziada, nós iremos vencer, mano.
O questionou a alta do pessoal, mas é muito tudo.
O sexto mapa é Kalahari, mas nós sabemos que não foi fácil chegar até aqui. O Mundial no Rio foi uma grande felicidade pra todos nós.
Mano, aí eu fiquei na mente assim, caraca, eu tenho que ganhar logo em casa, minha família vai estar. Quem não gosta de ganhar em casa? Quando anunciou que teria torcida, eu fiquei muito feliz porque poderia ser campeão e mostrar pra minha mãe, pro meu pai presencialmente, pra minha irmã presencialmente. Para os fãs do Fluxo presencialmente.
Tá do nosso lado, tá na nossa casa, a gente vai defender o título em casa. É o Brasil, não iríamos fazer feio pra nossa torcida, né? Todo mundo apoiando, vibrando, torcendo, gritando, não tem como. O troféu desceu ali, saiu do airdrop, começa a entrar os times, aquela música, quando nós entra, barulheira do caramba, todo mundo empolgado, todo mundo feliz. Antes de entrar pro jogo lá, a gente tinha conversado que mesmo com a diferença de pontos, de 17 pontos que eles tinham, a gente não queria saber, a gente ia atrás e ia buscar. Ali eu falei, mano, hoje nós vamos fazer história novamente. Eu me arrepiei todo assim, a torcida gritando, a família lá em cima, não sabia pra onde olhar, até deu uma tropeçadinha na hora do palco.
Aguenta coração. Pega sua pipoca, porque a decolagem foi autorizada!
Pô, primeira queda, vamos se soltar, ficar tranquilo, tipo, tirar um pouco do nervosismo, da euforia.
A gente tiver um top 5 interessantíssimo pro Fluxo também, que consegue segurar muito bem essa colocação.
A gente ficou um pouco atrás, a gente falou, não, ainda dá, a gente sabe que dá. É 5 quedas, nosso time é o melhor time desse mundo.
Agora é hora! Agora é hora! É o bicho papão desse game! Olha! Só é Buia brasileiro! A torcida faz barulho, coloca a arena carioca bate!
No primeiro buia, que foi na segunda queda, a gente ficou tranquilo, tipo, o primeiro buia, opa, tamo no jogo.
Tava todo mundo muito confiante.
Joena, o último jogador da squad pra cima dele! Nós somos o bicho papão desse game! Arena carioca que transbordando! 3 partidas, 2 buias do Fluxo!
Nós até o nosso melhor mapa, assim, em questão de pontuação.
Nós tínhamos ali a convicção de que a Bigetron poderia não cair com nós e poderia fazer um jogo mais tranquilo. Só que a Bigetron veio com nós. Parece que foi de um jeito pra prejudicar mesmo.
O cara, o menino do gol foi o cara...
Abandonado! MT7, último jogador da squad, não! O Fluxo cai top 12! Acaba zerando numa partida que infelizmente não poderia zerar!
Não é possível tomar no cu, mano. Da puta ainda.
Os caras conseguiram cair melhor, mataram a gente, caiu no top 12.
Depois daquela queda zerada, você dá uma respirada assim, aí você olha assim em volta.
Será que dá agora? Tomou um choque de realidade, tá ligado?
O time todo em silêncio, a torcida em choque.
E a gente ficou 15 minutos assistindo a queda.
Então, dos outros 15 minutos, era um animando o outro pra última queda, falando, mano, vamos que dá, vamos que dá.
A gente sempre tem que acreditar até o final.
Também que tropa. Tem última queda, pô. Última queda, cara. Acreditar, mano. Acreditar até o final, rapaz. Vai ser sinistro. Eu quebro esse palco, vão me trocar tiro toda hora, mano. Toda hora não me trocar tiro. É isso.
E um dia antes eu liguei pra minha mãe, conversei bastante com ela, nunca duvidei de mim mesmo. E aí foi uma classificatória muito difícil, onde eu comecei a duvidar de mim mesmo. E ela só falando, amanhã é o dia, a gente tá com você, vai dar tudo certo, vai estar lindo. Eu tô rodeado de pessoas que me amam, que confiam em mim. Eu tô com Deus, eu não tenho por que duvidar de mim. Amanhã vai ser o dia de novo e eu vou conseguir virar essa chave.
Quando eu fui na GH pela primeira vez, estava o troféu do Nobru, do troféu do Mundial. Eu olhei pro meu pai, eu olhei pro troféu e falei, e aí pai, um dia eu vou ter um desse. Aí meu pai lembrou, tipo, meu pai falou comigo, meu pai falou, lembra daquele dia que você falou, que você me mostrou o troféu do Nobru? Você falou que ia ter um desse, então, tipo, tô sentindo que vai ser amanhã. Se Deus quiser, vai se realizar. E eu confio muito em você, confio muito nos meninos, que vai dar bom.
Pensar na família, mano, é o que mais faz seguir, é o que mais me fez seguir, o que mais me trouxe forças. Quando eu desacreditava ali na quinta partida, que você pensava, mano, será que vai dar? Eles trouxeram uma esperança a mais, sabe, de que, mano, tudo é possível, eles acreditam em nós, então tudo é possível pra nós.
É isso, rapaziada. Respira, entrega nas mãos de Deus, vamos fazer dar certo, tá bom? Marcha, mano, nós ganharemos, mano. Nós nós venceremos, rapaziada. Nós iremos vencer, mano.
Eu acho que, olhando assim, eu sou o espelho do time, então, se eu demonstrar fraqueza, ou se eu demonstrar medo, o time vai ficar com medo, o time vai enfraquecer. Eu tenho que estar 100% confiante, eu tenho que trazer a confiança pro meu time.
Começou! É a última partida, nosso último game. É hora de fazer história. Tudo nosso, nada deles, pra cima!
Ali era a queda da nossa vida. A gente tinha que, o ano todo que nós treinamos, nós tínhamos que dedicar naquela queda.
A gente tava saindo ali do barco, subindo o muro. Aí acho que foi o MT7 que fala, mano, tão chupetando reto em nós, reto em nós. E aí, tipo, começa a vir uns passarinhos assim, ó, 1, 2, 3, tudo caindo no chão assim, a gente matando muito fácil. Nós mata lá, nós... Que isso, mano? 10 balas de lança no ult dos caras.
Bora, irmão. Queremos ser campeão. Não vai pegar aqui o dele. Não vai pegar um monte também. Olha, chupeta. Pegar os chupeta aqui.
Ele tá cheio de bala de lança, a gente vai dar bom. A gente vai matar um monte, a gente vai dar um buia. Aí eu escutei eu acredito. Sempre coordenar certinho, o Bobs falando pra gente rodar direito. Os 4 rodando direito, os 4 rodando direito.
No final é só gritaria. Roda direita. Tava uma loucura, mas o que é importante é que aquilo vai entender. Gira direita.
E os caras rodando junto, eles rodando junto. Mas a gente sabe a hora de parar, a gente sabe a hora de trocar tiro.
Esquerda pulando. Escuta, roda mais. Vamos atrás de tu,
A gente passa por baixo da escadinha assim, o Gil deita um e cai. E aí chega uma hora que não tem como mais girar, a gente bate de frente com os caras.
Paramos na hora certa, o Guti matou 3 lá, eu matei 2.
E nesse tempo que o Gil caiu, a Twitch começou a encostar, querer pegar nossas costas. Aí nós já deu dash aqui nas costas deles. E aí fica eu, Bops e MT7 contra 2 deles, né? Aí o Bops derruba um, o MT cai e fica 2x1.
O MLS consegue me derrubar também.
Mais um jogador no gelo, só tem Bops e Boot. 2 jogadores agora, vambora Bops, pra cima deles não!
Aí fica 1x1.
O Bops na hora lá, todo mundo, sou mais tu.
Respira, irmão. Então melhor.
Descobri que o motivo tem um gatilho, assim, pode-se dizer, em falar, sou mais você, sou mais a gente.
Aí eu falei, não, vocês é mais eu também sou, vambora, passo um deles. E não tinha como perder aquele X1 pela energia que eu tava naquela hora ali, do time todo.
Eu pulo pro mesmo lado que ele, a gente se encontra, e eu deletei ele sem nem perder vida, mandei ele de volta pra casa, triste.
O Gutizinho conseguiu aqui o histórico, porque sem ele o título não seria possível.
Vambora, Guti ainda no jogo, é contigo garoto, bate no peito, chama a responsa, vai que é tua!
Aí a gente foi lá, comemorou o buia e ficou tipo, caraca, será que deu certo? Será que não deu?
E aí, deu nós? O que aconteceu? Como que tá?
Aí ainda bem que anunciou muito rápido, porque eu tava tremendo já. Camilota já começando a falar.
Grita junto comigo! Fluxo! Equipe câmbio! Parabéns!
do Fluxo, equipe campeão.
Aí olha pro lado, o Guti já chorando muito, fala qualquer coisa e começa a chorar. A primeira reação é tirar o fone, começar a chorar assim, igual uma criança. Passa um filme na cabeça que você passa o ano todo, a vida toda, tipo, vivendo pro jogo. Aí mudou, caiu. Gente, não vou conseguir, eu acho. Esse assunto do Mundial é muito delicado. Chororô, aí eu chorei, meu pai chorou, minha mãe chorou, aí meu irmão tava lá, meu sobrinho.
Então acho que esse título é para todos eles que me ajudaram a ser quem eu sou, me educaram e estiveram comigo nos meus melhores e nos piores momentos.
Uma palavra? Nossa Senhora. De gratidão. Acho que a palavra certa é gratidão. Gratidão? Gratidão é bom?
É realização.
Acho que união. Grato por tudo, grato pelo título, grato pela minha família bem, meus amigos bem, todo mundo bem.
É muita emoção para a família ver um filho sendo campeão mundial.
Se tornar uma das pessoas com mais título dentro do jogo, bizarro, porque até ano passado, 2003, eu não tinha ganho nada ainda, eu era só um molequinho feliz jogando a LBFF.
Acho que nesse próximo mundial vão aprender a respeitar mais a gente.
E pra quando trombar com nós dentro de jogo, ficar em choque, sentir medo, tremer, porque todo mundo sabe quando é nós, os caras ficam em choque, os caras tremem, porque sabem que nós não vamos errar. Foi glorioso, foi grandioso, nós conseguimos, nós somos campeões.
Okay.
Dear survivors, 2024 was a year of incredible plays and unforgettable moments. But legends are forged in the fires of competition. From zero to hero, the journey to victory starts again. 2025 promises even more intense action, more thrilling victories, and a legacy that will be shaped from passion. Let's dive into the roadmap and major changes of Free Fire Esports 2025. First up, let's have a look at the FFWS series. We're bringing you all the thrilling action from top-tier regional leagues in Brazil, Latin America, Southeast Asia, Middle East and Africa, and Pakistan. Pre-season leagues will happen in Feb to March. Then most of the leagues will start around April 2025. 2 epic FFWS-C offline showdowns are coming up. Hanoi, Vietnam for the spring season, and Bangkok, Thailand for the fall season. And of course, we're working on expanding our esports footprint by activating more regions in 2025. After dominating regional leagues, the elites will converge on Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for the EWC in July. Then, the ultimate battle arrives, FFWS Global Finals in Jakarta, Indonesia, birthplace of Free Fire esports legends. Prepare for an unforgettable spectacle. Next up is major changes in our format in 2025 to enhance audience experience. Get ready for a thrilling new format called Champion Rush. In the final match, teams race to achieve the Champion Rush point. Once a team hits that mark and secures the next Booyah, they are crowned champions. After 8 games, if we cannot find a champion team with Booyah, the highest ranking team will be the champion. This high-octane format will push our top players to their absolute limits, delivering adrenaline-fueled action in every final match. We also look for a new layer of strategic depth in 2025. We're implementing the unique active skill rule. Each team member must equip a different active skill, forcing teams to adapt and showcase diverse play styles in every match. And last, we keep building a stronger esports ecosystem. This year, we have a global talent development program that empowers local teams, players, and talents to reach their full potential. Let's make 2025 an unforgettable year for Free Fire esports fans. Together, we'll create a vibrant and exciting competitive scene where legends are shaped.
Transmissão, galera carioca!
BURIRAM está na liderança, são 17 pontos na mão deles e 3 times brasileiros zerados.
A missão difícil mas no fim das contas são 6 quedas que vão ditar quem vai ser o grande campeão.
Será que o Bops pode ser um jogador que vai ganhar 2 títulos seguidos no Mundial? Será?
Respira, entrega nas mãos de Deus, vamos fazer dar certo, tá bom? Marshall, nós ganharemos, mano. Nós venceremos, nós venceremos, rapaziada. Nós iremos vencer, mano. Sexto mapa é Kalahari, mas nós sabemos que não foi fácil chegar até aqui. O Mundial no Rio foi uma grande felicidade pra todos nós.
Mano, aí eu, fiquei na mente assim, caraca, eu tenho que ganhar logo em casa, minha família vai estar, quem não gosta de ganhar em casa? Quando anunciou que teria torcida, eu fiquei muito feliz porque eu poderia ser campeão e mostrar pra minha mãe, pro meu pai presencialmente, pra minha irmã presencialmente. Os fãs do Flux presencialmente.
Tá do nosso lado, tá na nossa casa, a gente vai defender o título em casa. É o Brasil, não iremos fazer feio por nossa torcida, né? Todo mundo apoiando, vibrando, torcendo, gritando, não tem como. O troféu desceu ali, saiu do airdrop. Começa a entrar os times, aquela música, quando nós entra, barulheira do caramba, todo mundo empolgado, todo mundo feliz. Então, antes de entrar pro jogo lá, a gente tinha conversado que mesmo com a diferença de ponto ali, de 17 pontos que eles tinham, a gente não queria saber, a gente ia atrás e ia buscar. Ali eu falei, mano, hoje nós vamos fazer história novamente. Eu me arrepiei todo assim, a torcida gritando, a família lá em cima, não sabia pra onde olhar, até deu uma tropeçadinha na hora do palco.
Coração, pega sua pipoca, porque a decolagem foi autorizada!
Pô, primeira queda, vamos se soltar, ficar tranquilo, tirar um pouco do nervosismo, da euforia.
E tiver um top 5 interessantíssimo pro Fluxo também, que consegue segurar muito bem essa colocação.
A gente ficou um pouco atrás, a gente falou, não, ainda dá, a gente sabe que dá, é 5 quedas, nosso time é o melhor time desse dia.
Só é Booyah brasileiro! A torcida faz barulho como a Arena Carioca bate!
No primeiro Booyah, que foi na segunda queda, a gente ficou tranquilo, o primeiro Booyah, opa, tamo no jogo. Tava todo mundo muito confiante.
Joena, o último jogador da squad pra cima dele! Nós somos um bicho papão dentro de game! Arena Carioca aqui transbordando! 3 partidas, 2 Booyahs do Fluxo!
Nova Terra é o nosso melhor mapa, assim, em questão de pontuação.
Nós tínhamos ali a convicção de que a Bigetron poderia não cair com nós e poderia fazer um jogo mais tranquilo. Só que a Bigetron veio com nós. Parece que foi de um jeito pra prejudicar mesmo.
Abandonado! MT7, último jogador da squad, não! O fluxo cai top 12. Acaba zerando numa partida que infelizmente não poderia zerar.
Não é possível, tomar no cu, mano. Tá
puta ainda. Os caras conseguiram cair melhor, mataram a gente, que era no top 12.
Depois daquela queda zerada, você dá uma respirada assim, aí você olha assim em volta.
Mas o mano mesmo que canta a música da galera antigamente é isso aqui.
Putz, será que dá agora? Tomamos um choque de realidade, tá ligado? O time todo em silêncio, a torcida em choque.
E a gente ficou 15 minutos assistindo a queda.
Então dos outros 15 minutos era um animando o outro pra última queda, falando, mano, vamos que dá, vamos que dá. A gente sempre tem que acreditar até o final.
Também que trampo. Tem última queda, pô. Última queda, cara. Acreditar, mano. Acreditar até o final, rapaz. Vai ser sinistro. Cara, eu quebro esse palco. Vamos trocar tiro toda hora. Toda hora não trocar tiro. É isso.
E um dia antes eu liguei pra minha mãe, conversei bastante com ela. Nunca duvidei de mim mesmo. E aí foi uma classificatória muito difícil, onde eu comecei a duvidar de mim mesmo. E ela só falando, amanhã é o dia, a gente tá com você, vai dar tudo certo, vai estar lindo. Eu tô rodeado de pessoas que me amam, que confiam em mim. Eu tô com Deus, eu não tenho por que duvidar de mim. Amanhã vai ser o dia de novo e eu vou conseguir virar essa chave.
Quando eu fui na GH pela primeira vez, estava o troféu do Nobru, do troféu do Mundial. Eu olhei pro meu pai, eu olhei pro troféu e falei, ai pai, um dia eu vou ter um desse. Aí meu pai lembrou, tipo, meu pai falou comigo, meu pai falou, lembra daquele dia que você falou, que você me mostrou o troféu do Nobru, você falou que ia ter um desse, então, tô sentindo que vai ser amanhã. Se Deus quiser, vai se realizar. E eu confio muito em você, confio muito nos meninos, que vai dar bom.
Pensar na família, mano, é o que mais faz seguir. É o que mais me fez seguir, o que mais me trouxe forças. Quando desacreditava, ali na quinta partida, que você pensava, mano, será que vai dar? Eles trouxeram uma esperança a mais, sabe? De que, mano, tudo é possível. Eles acreditam em nós, então tudo é possível pra nós.
É isso, rapaziada. Respira, entrega nas mãos de Deus, vamos fazer dar certo, tá bom? Marcha, nós ganharemos, mano. Nós venceremos, rapaziada. Nós iremos vencer, mano.
Eu acho que, olhando assim, eu sou o espelho do time, então se eu demonstrar fraqueza ou se eu demonstrar medo, o time vai ficar com medo, o time vai enfraquecer. Eu tenho que estar 100% confiante, eu tenho que trazer a confiança pro meu time.
Começou! É a última partida, nosso último game. É hora de fazer história. Tudo nosso, nada deles, pra cima!
Ali era aquela da nossa vida, a gente tinha que, o ano todo que nós treinamos, nós tínhamos que dedicar naquela queda.
A gente tava saindo ali do barco, subindo no morro, aí acho que foi MT7 que fala, mano, tão chupetando reto em nós. E aí, tipo, começa a vir uns passarinhos assim, ó, 1, 2, 3, tudo caindo no chão assim, a gente matando muito fácil. Nós mata o Águia, que isso, mano? 10 balas de lança no último dos caras.
Viado. Bora, irmão. Vamos ser campeão. Bora, caralho. A gente não vai pode pegar aqui o dele. Não vai levar um monte também. Olha, pegou a chupeta. Pegar uma chupeta aqui, vou.
Ele tá cheio de bala de lança, a gente vai dar bom. A gente vai matar um monte, a gente vai dar o buia. Aí eu escutei eu acredito. Só coordenar certinho, o Bobs falando pra gente rodar direito. Foi os 4 rodando direito, os 4 rodando direito.
No final é só gritaria. Roda direita. Tava uma loucura, mas o que é importante é que não vai entender. Gira direito.
E os caras rodando juntos, eles rodando junto. A gente sabe a hora de parar, a gente sabe a hora de trocar tiro.
Direito, tô indo. Esquerda pulando. Escuta, roda mais. Tamo atrás de tu, papai. Vai direito.
A gente passa por baixo da escadinha.
A gente sabe que toda a música, né?
Jogava isso aí no Play 1, jogava isso aí no Play 1 mesmo?
Eu, Gorila, a música do Gorila é bacana. Olha, a transmissão dos montes.
Jogava isso no Play 1? Eu jogava isso aí no Play 1.
Imitaram esse cara aqui, ó. Aí beleza, ele aqui. Cabeludo. Imitaram o cabelo do Tim, mas ele é moreno. O único que ele é moreno. Cabelo igual assim, tatuagem e tudo. Sai correndo, ele é passarela lá, cantando esse violão. Já foi isso, cara. Agora esse aqui não tem garganta.
Esse aqui agora. Moleque de vila. É uma semana por Twitch, ela vem por isso e uma semana que vem por ela. Eu trabalhei no piscina de ela. Eu trabalhei no piscina de ela. Duvidei, foi da maneira mesmo. Será que os donos da sociedade estão pagando para pegar ela? Não sou eu tanto de. Será que os caras da sociedade estão pagando para o Luiz trazer ela? O Luiz está trazendo ela? Quem pagar vai ser um. Quem vai pagar vai ser
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, and this is a FIFA World Series Southeast Asia 2025 preseason, and this is the third and final day for the Battle Royale knockout stage, and it has been a roller coaster ride all throughout the first 2 days, and after this day, we're going to find out who proceeds to the point rush as well as grand finals. On the caster says, I am Neptune the Gentleman Garcia, together with me is my brother, Mustacho AJ.
You know it's going to be a good tournament when you are so excited about it and at the same time so upset that the knockout stage is going to end already. I wish we had more days in this preseason so that we can really check out exactly how good and consistent some of these teams are, right? Because here at the preseason, they only get to play a total of 12 games here in the knockout stage before they move on to the playoffs. Now, in the point rush, you only have 12 teams. Top 8 teams from the grand finals gets to move on to the final 2 days. On Saturday and Sunday, we actually have Clash Squad coming up as well. So that is obviously going to be really, really exciting next week. But obviously for this time here, we want to see exactly who can swipe away the biggest slice of $30,000 now.
Yeah, as we look at the prize pool right now for Battle Royale, the first place will be getting $8,000, and it goes down. It tapers off up until the 12th, or let's say the 13th, because from the 13th to the 18th, they will still be getting $250. But in addition to that, the MVP for the tournament will be getting an additional $500. But as you did mention, this is not just the entirety of the prize pool. This is just for Battle Royale, and there will be more when it comes to Clash Squad.
A total of $50,000 have been set aside here for the preseason. $30,000 for Battle Royale, $20,000 for Clash Squad later on. So Battle Royale runs from the 5th to the 7th of March. That's for the knockout stage. We are currently on the 7th of March, which is the final day for the knockout stage. Point Rush is tomorrow, followed by Grand Finals for Battle Royale on the 9th of March. The Saturday and Sunday that I talked about earlier on for Clash Squad, that's coming up for you guys next week.
Yeah, and that is something that really excites me. I will be watching in the background because we will be spending, me and AJ will be spending Battle Royale all throughout the week, but I'll be sitting it out by next week. So I'm really excited on how that is going to end up, because we've seen some of the teams play the Clash Squad, but in this tournament we're in, it starts off 2025 with that addition that really turned the game a little bit different. But in a tournament format that we have right now, this is the usual setup. We keep talking about this knockout stage, point rush, grand finals, but there are something new, like the unique active skill, double elimination points for the final map for each day, and the champion rush for the final day.
Unique active skill will be applied all throughout the competition, including the grand finals. Double elimination points, on the other hand, will only be used for the knockout phase as well as point rush. On the grand finals itself, we will be looking at the champion rush for the final day. Champion rush points, once again, you guys will be running through that a little bit later on. We'll explain it, but of course, as usual, the point system first, it remains the same as always. You hit the booyah, 12 points, 9 points for second place, third place gets 8 points. You basically minus off 1 point for each consecutive spot that comes after that. 11th and 12th, though, gets you nothing at all. You can buffer your points through eliminations, 1 point for every player you take out of the game.
There's something new in there as well. As mentioned, we have the double elimination that will be happening in knockout stage, and as well as point rush day. So that would show up when we get to that map number 6. Every elimination will be doubled for all of the teams, and that really turned things around for some who are like buffing their numbers in terms of elimination. But if in case there will be tiebreakers in this tournament, we will be having that 3-step. First counting number of booyahs, then the total elimination, and then lastly, the survival ranks.
And of course, the survival ranks have never been looked upon in the past as a tiebreaker rule. We've never had to go that far. But fingers crossed, 2025 just brings that something different, right? But of course, as we all gear up, Neptune and I are still very much excited about how the champion rush point is going to bring about a little bit of drama this coming Sunday. We are excited. We are looking forward to it. We hope you guys are looking forward to it as well. For the past 2 days, though, this one new rule has been giving us a lot of unique situations out there where you cannot come in here and spam the exact same active skill across the board anymore. Each player must have their own unique active skill. 2 players cannot share the exact same active skill. They won't be allowed to join the lobby, and that has really changed the pacing of the game now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, now we're seeing a combination of either A124, Homer, Tatsuya, Cassie. Some pulls out the Coda. That is something new, and that has been buffed up as well. So this really shows, or once the characters are shown in the battlefield, you will be able to read how the play will be. But as AJ mentioned, the format of the champion rush is something different, because we are not just talking about 6 games. There will be a possibility of 8 games in maximum for the final day, and then there's a target of 80 points that each team needs to get to activate the champion rush condition. If they get the next booyah after reaching 80, then they will be the champions. But if no one of the teams will get that booyah, then we will base it on the standings, who grabbed the championship.
This basically means the competition can be over in 3 games. Of course, that's the craziest of scenarios, assuming that one team gathers 40 points in game 1 and 40 points in game 2 to activate the condition, and in the 3rd game, they get a booyah. But obviously, 40 points is a lot, but some of these teams in the past have shown us that they've got the capability of doing something like that, mainly BURIRAM United Esports as well as Team Falcon. Some of the others have also shown us shades of such a possibility. RRQ Kazu, All Gamers Gaming have shown that prowess sometimes as well. But of course, on that note, groups A and C will take each other on today. Both these groups have only played 6 games each so far. Group B have already completed all 12 of their games, and they will just be waiting, biting their nails, I am very sure, to wonder and see exactly which one of their own teams gets kicked out of the competition.
Yeah, so look at the team lineup right now. This is once again Group A and C, and I would agree with you on that note for Group B. And hopefully they have given all from the first 2 days that they fought, but we've seen on the standings that not a lot of players or not a lot of teams from Group B seems to be in a safe spot. So there's still a potential that things would change. And even in day number 1, we've seen how well everything has been shuffled after that double elimination match. So that is something that still we will be surprised onto who's going to end up on the top 12, because winning conditions has changed overall.
Yeah, that most definitely is correct. And of course, looking at the team lineups here for some of the other squads, we most definitely want to highlight Team CRM. After losing Limit to Falcons, they have kind of changed a little bit of what they are in general. But we do understand that this team is capable a lot of reckoning out there on the battlefield. Problem is, we just have not seen the best version of the squad just yet. 56 points gathered so far over 6 games is not really the potential that I assumed I would see from this team.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that, and that's something that they really need to work on. Even on the VODs, I keep reviewing the VODs from yesterday, even from the other day. From yesterday, when they were introduced, Group C has been introduced, I rarely see core memory, CRM, on the battlefield. Like, they will be showing up on the kill feed, because they're the ones being taken down. But I know that there's a lot of surprises that we can see from this team, especially now, wherein they need to double up their effort. They need to really put the pedal to the metal right now, because this is game time, baby. This is the chance, the last chance for those in knockout stage to get in to the next level.
You gotta love how serious the Vietnamese teams are, everybody gathering at the same spot. And obviously that's going to help them in terms of communication, in terms of strategizing how to move forward together as a squad, as opposed to some of these Thai teams. In fact, all the Thai teams that are playing from separate locations, probably their own individual homes, that must most definitely affect a little bit of the team chemistry and communication there.
Yeah, I mean, now that you pointed it out, from day number 1, we've seen that BURIRAM United, they're from the beginning, they didn't really pop off that much. That might be one of the factor that has affected their gameplay. So we'll have to find out if that is something that might change in the upcoming match, because so far they've done well. They have been doing well. 2 out of the 6 match from day number 1 has been played quite well, but again, there's some slowdown for BURIRAM United. For the other teams out there, even if they've shown up from the beginning of the previous day or the first day that they jumped into battlefield, they started slow down towards the end. That makes it miserable for them in terms of leaderboard.
Yeah, and obviously this is something that they need to overcome very, very quickly, because this preseason doesn't really give them all that too many opportunities, unless of course they just want to use this as a practice board and then hop on into the real thing when FFWS comes up and they await to show us exactly what they're capable of. Game schedule, as you will notice, is no longer the OG rotation. We now randomize every single map at the start of the day, so the teams can no longer focus on a specific rhythm, or they don't really know exactly what to expect until we throw them into these games, which has been truly a game changer, even for us and our pacing now.
Yeah, I mean, the pacing of the game usually starts slow because it starts from Bermuda. Everyone knows the map, but now it starts like randomly. We don't know even where Bermuda will be coming in before the match or before it is shown to us. So that is one thing that we need to, other teams need to look forward to and adjust quite well, because they will have to make all those changes on the fly.
Top 3 teams here on Alpine. WAG from Vietnam, Onyx Olympus from Indonesia and Team Toda from Malaysia. Toda has been struggling quite a little bit, and they have only played 6 games so far, so they do have a decent opportunity to find this recovery. Vamos, on the other hand, from Malaysia, out of Group B, have already concluded their 12 games, and it really looks like Vamos is not going to make it through to the playoffs. They are not going to make it through to Point Rush as well as the Grand Finals, because 84 points is too little on the overall leaderboard, and quite a number of teams will be able to catch up. But the bigger question is, will teams from Malaysia, Toda and Expand, be able to catch up with Vamos?
Yeah, that's one thing that really changes how they think of the first few days. And while I was thinking on the number of days that we have a knockout stage, like, hopefully the teams will be treating this quite aggressively. There's no more chances to be slowing down from each game because of the length of the knockout stage. Now it's just reduced to 3 days, and 2 of which will be played by the team. So if that would be the mindset of each of the team every time, then there's no slacking off.
Yeah, there are many different ways to look at what this preseason can function as, right? Many of them can use this preseason as a means to get used to the brand new rule sets that have been introduced already here on the Southeast Asian level. But of course, a little bit more on that. We're going to jump into the game. We'll continue this conversation there. You lead us in, bro.
And now we head to game number 1 for the final day of the knockout stage. And the flight path will be merciful for all the teams right now. It will be slicing through this map. And as we can see, hopefully they have learned and studied the drop spots of the teams, or they might even studied so much that they know who they will be hot dropping in a bit.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, I think by now the teams are already very used to going to one spot and then looting and then rotating out of that compound towards the circle, regardless of where it is. But almost everybody has found their comfort zone, right? Very few teams change that comfort zone unless they know they are going to be pursued by some others out there on the battlefield who are looking for their position or points off of them because they're struggling in the competition. But here's the thing. I think that's, a very good blessing to be able to discover that even before the official season starts, right? Because then that allows you to really pick up more solid and well-planned points from the very get-go.
And speaking of points, they united is now wreaking havoc against AG Global. Stadium is where they drop. And, well, we were expecting Bigatron to be here as well because of the previous days, but I guess because they thought that they will be having this hot crop, they missed, or they didn't really jump in. Now, speaking of jumping in, we are expecting Saifa to make a revive so that the rest of the teams will be jumping in. Otherwise, AG Global will be at a loss once again.
Yeah, but Saifa just can't find a spot to bring his buddies back. Ikal needs to finish this off right here, right now. Mini Uzi cannot save Saifa. Adrian gets the elimination, and I believe that's about it for the squad.
Yeah, I mean, 11 teams remain. 1 has been eliminated, and that is AG Global. Now, let's see if the same thing will be happening right now, because the Team Expand, as we called out, is not really doing that well from the first day that they fought, and now going against Team Falcons that couldn't say that they are on prime from yesterday, but there's a huge chance that they will be gearing up right now. So that will depend on what pacing they will chase right now, but I guess they are going slow. They don't want to be that aggressive because of learning from the mistakes from yesterday.
Drone sent out here by Falcons. Information scouted out. 3 players scanned already by the drone, and Falcons using the information not to go in for a very aggressive attack, but to position themselves very well just towards the right-hand side after scanning out Expand on the left. And they will get the jackpot because they do have 1 player within the vicinity. And Peter finds him. Bison very quickly fires him down on fire, will finish him off with the final few shots out of the M590. Now for the 3 players that have been scanned out, it's party time.
I love how Team Falcons did it. They pull out the drone and then use the binoculars to spot out the solo player, and that's what they're capitalizing on. Rian right now will be drained and will be taken out that easily. Only 2 remains for Expand, and I don't think they'll be able to expand the landscape for their team because it's becoming tight right now.
Yeah, the M590 definitely smacks, but the Bison's rate of fire and damage output still makes it a well-feared gun. Now, Hua Esports about to interfere in the pacing of Falcon. They show up on the top of the hill, and that is a threat Falcons cannot deal with here. They use the binoculars. They spotted out those players already. Limit giving off that warning to the rest of his team members, and because of that, Expand will survive.
I mean, Expand, the final player, will be able to get away, and thanks to Hua Esports. Now, BTR right now, they went into Rai, going against GOW, but there goes the hit with a nade, Demon, with that good shot, and the nade will go through. Now, only 3 remains, and Gardu will be fighting back against Dion's Mag 7.
Yeah, you gotta love that Mag 7. The pump out of it is decent enough, just like the Trogon. Just that the Trogon can pump out grenades as well. Ton! Get bumped down to the ground by that Mag 7. Yanbin with a fantastic turnaround, but he needs to go for the pickup now. Koja right in front of him. Demon focuses on picking up 1 player. And it is Koja and the Mag 7 that cannot stand up against Demon's level 3 SMG. Gets the job done like a superstar.
Fights from afar. That is where how they initiated this battle. A GOW Demon might be out, but you still have 3 players, and they might not be coming back. But no! With the help onto the other side. Once again, Dion will need to say bye-bye for now because here comes Daewoo United knocking the doors.
Oh, very well played out there. It's just chaos from the very start. This is what we love, man. Today's spacing, today's random map picks have started the day off with quite a bit of energy here. Beat it down on the ground, bleeding out already. And it is the M590 once again in action from both sides. They need to reduce the number of drops of that gun on the battlefield because everybody's spamming it now.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen a full, if not 3 players from a full squad wearing that M590. But, well, Team Falcons right now, I guess they will be in a little bit of trouble because only 1 remains from their side. For BTR, I love how FiZ, the 3-in-1 push that they're doing right now, is more tactical compared to the mostly aggressive play of the Giant Slayer, and I guess they really want to take that title. Anyone that they can go into this battlefield against will be taken down, and they keep evolving in terms of their tactics.
And that's what it's all about, right? The continuous evolution of your squad's capabilities to really wrap up each and every single game with the most possible number of points, if possible, maybe even the Booyah. And 20 eliminations, what Bigatron Delta's looking for. Sharp shooting from Koja. And the Groza will always deliver from a distance like that. But North with the Woodpecker should be able to find a response here. FiZ on standby with the AWM. Daewoo United up against their brothers Bigatron.
Yeah, I mean, they pulled away. They United pulled away, and BTR is going for the flank. Now, we do have 30 seconds before the next phase of the circle will be revealed. Thus, there's plenty of time for them to go in for Arsenal and equip themselves with even more high-caliber weapons. So, I guess for Daewoo United, there's a time for them to move far, far away because we've seen how well FiZ can go with the snipes, as well as the rest of the teams for the up-close and personal battle.
I really appreciate the minimap being on the top left-hand side again. My eyeball is just so used to it. Twisted minds.
It's difficult to adapt to change, though. I mean, that's why some of the teams are struggling right now.
I know, right? I know, right? I mean, I can't even adjust with the change of one thing. These guys have to adjust with multiple changes here in this competition. Now, Diamond stuck on a roof, surrounded by Daewoo United players. There's another one right behind him, assisting him with the FGL shots, but Diamond still very cheeky Kiki from afar. Doesn't have a sniper to punish Diamond just yet. Man gets lucky.
Yeah, I mean, he is lucky to be able to get away, and let's see what more can be done in this game. Now, we'll go back in a little bit, and we're going to jump into the battle later on, but I love how Twisted Minded and go all out against the United, because on the horizon we saw a little bit of core memory, and that might be one that might make them fall down. But speaking of falling down, they went straight into this compound against the United. I guess they have that opportunity, but no! What? There goes the return, and Adrian right now will be pouring rain onto the spine.
Oh, Saming! A sliver of health left on his opponent, but he can't finish the job just yet. The mini Uzi will fail him. 400 coins in his pocket, cannot even buy a team member back. And the man is on the back foot, running away as quickly as possible as Dewa United recover their numbers, picking up all of their team members, and they are on for the pursuit. 89 HP. Saming already tagged up. Pocket Market is not going to be pulled out. It's the medkit instead. He's got the shield there, but it's not going to do him much at all as these players finally fight his back.
And there we have it. Twisted Mind. Unfortunate for them, when we lost sight, I thought they are, or when we got back, I thought they are the ones in the lead in that battle. But Adrian just spamming at M590 to take down 2, if not 3 of the players does. Twisted Mind Saming was in trouble when 19 remains in this battle. And as we look at RRQ, not so much of engagement happening on their side, only 1 elimination, and they're back on Sunside right now. I guess this is one of the favorites in this map.
Yeah. If there was a moon side on the opposite side, I would smile. I mean, for no reason. It's just weird things that I want on the map. 1 more brings Peter back. Bigatron Delta this time up against CRM. 33 seconds to go before the circle brings them more teams and players to worry about. Compounds really small here. So Bigatron and CRM, they need to actually figure out exactly what the game plan is going to be here, because if you look at Bigatron's players, they don't really have that many glue walls on them. I'm talking about 3, I'm talking about 6. You know, 1 dragged out battle against 1 squad is more than enough to actually drain them of these resources.
Yeah, and I guess they lost that momentum that they had as well, because they spotted core memory earlier, and then now they don't know how to position themselves. All they have to do is wait for the next phase of the circle, so that at least they would know how the rotation of the other teams would be. But the same goes for RRQ. When they're getting too close, Dewa United. So another battle between Indonesians will be happening in a bit, and Dutch right now goes in for the flank to spot them out. I guess information would be on them, and 18 Deer is just waiting for the go signal. But on the other side, BURIRAM United and Team Falcons might be surprising them.
Yeah, this is exactly what we were talking about, right? The congregation of players here as they try to avoid the damage from the blue, which has been pretty annoying from what we saw yesterday. And Falcons using the silent timing here in this matchup to bring back the rest of their team members. But like you pointed out, Falcons team is surrounded by BURIRAM, and Get High is not allowing the rest of his team members to drop anywhere close to him. So this is going to be a challenge for Team Falcons.
Yeah, let's see if they can overcome this challenge. 1 is safely above on a tower, and the rest of the teams will probably has nowhere to go, and there goes Limit X7 being taken down by Bigatron Delta, and that is a problem. In late game revival, no loots, no position, that is like you have nowhere to go. Thus, that's something that you need to work on, or probably do the revival a little bit early.
Yeah, I mean, it's most definitely the prudent thing to do. But it's all about exactly what sort of situations line up right in front of them. I mean, see, for example, if RRQ wants to reposition, it's not just up to them. So many teams waiting around them to shoot their heads off. And it's been such a silent game for the past 5 minutes. Usually when I say something like that, it picks up. And yes, it does pick up. Get High, BURIRAM. Shots from afar. Why, Esports getting tortured by CRM as well. Riptide Rhythm breaking down their defenses. Wow. They don't have a choice, and they are the furthest team from this next circle. The Vietnamese team is going to have a lot of challenges as they try to traverse across the battlefield.
All Wa needs to hope for is someone would destruct a BRU right now, but RRQ will be distracted by Day United. This has been waiting for quite some time to happen, and no one is going down just yet. And as I say that, there goes North going south and looks for the finisher. Now, for the rest of the teams of RRQ, they need to go for rotation because Todak will be jumping in as well, trying to capitalize on all the chaos that's happening down here.
RRQ, the best Indonesian team out there, hands down. But they do need to pick up the pacing on those eliminations. Sneaking away 1-2. And we understand why the slower pace here from this Indonesian giant. It was a revival spree just earlier in this matchup. The resources-wise, they are down. And they go in for the chase. They are united. You are in our way, says 18 Deer. And they take them out in the 9th spot.
There goes 4 eliminations for them, but 18 Deer goes down as well. Todak is now knocking on their doors, jumping in the window like deep in the knife. Well, let's see if they will be able to clear out RRQ. Speaking of clearing out, Expand has been taken out and cleared for the next battle. Now, let's see if the rotation for RRQ will work for them, because not only will they be dealing with those across, but BURIRAM United is waiting on their side.
Yeah, and they spotted out BURIRAM already. Problem is, you can spot BURIRAM, but can you shoot them? These boys are so slippery, slick out there on the battlefield, moving around constantly. The first ones to find the next circle. And as you pointed out yesterday, Nep, that next circle is not going to stay put in that one spot. So you need to get there and also be ready to move. You can't barricade yourself in there with those blue walls.
Yeah, and no more waiting for the final moment. And there goes Spike. Almost taken down. Managed to get away. And BTR is still alive. RRQ has been taken down. 5 remains, and Fies has been taken down as well. Kyong, this final survivor. But as we look, BURIRAM United is still full squad. Todak also full squad. And will they be able to recover before facing BRU?
Yeah, Jonah just savage with the triple elimination on those grenades. Bigatron Delta out in 5th, and now the full-on fight between Toda and BURIRAM. Do you stand a chance, Toda? BURIRAM says, hell no, as they just mow their players down, one after the other, not even breaking a sweat.
I mean, they keep jumping and shooting with the M590, and we know how difficult it is to catch those. Now CRM right now managed to jump away and pull out of this compound, leaving Folky behind. But yes, we need that sacrifice. They need a sacrifice to be able to survive. It is a 4v2v 1v1 situation, and BURIRAM United is reigning this.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, BURIRAM's just going out on a hunt. Nobody else is doing any attacking. It's just BURIRAM going around in circles, slaying player after player after player to scream booyah at the end of game 1.
No doubt that BURIRAM United is back on their feet. And well, same goes for Rosanna. He managed to stand up because of all the excitement that happened right here. But for that is something else. BURIRAM United just showed us once again how quickly they can clear up the area.
Oh yeah.
Using the meta, like capitalizing on the meta, M590 in that battle, and they're unstoppable when we saw it.
I mean, I have to agree with you, man. And BURIRAM is unstoppable. Their movements out there on the battlefield so slick, so smooth, and so accurate. Circle after circle, you could see them being one of the first few ones there, as opposed to their usual tactic of playing it slow. And when they went out there to find an engagement with any teams, they were just not missing the mark. They moved on in like a pack of dogs, and they were ripping everybody apart. You have to love the teamwork.
Yeah, I mean, there's no chance of missing. If in case of one player misses, there's 2 waiting. A 3-man push with 1 backup in there from Moshi. And even Moshi is wearing the snipers, or shotgun rather. So that is a 4-man shotgun, like, I don't know, shotgun party right here to clear out the game.
I mean, if there's anything that we are learning from this preseason, is we need to reduce the number of drops of the M590 on the battlefield. Everybody has the M590. Everybody. But I guess if everybody has it, then it's an equal playing field. But if everybody has it, then that's going to be the only gun. I wouldn't be surprised if Garena makes a rule after this that each player needs to have a unique gun class. Oh, I tell that immediately will change how Free Fire works instantaneously here on the tournament setting. Can you imagine you've just got one sniper allowed on your squad? You can't run the usual BURIRAM tactic of having the double sniper. Sometimes they run around out there with a total of 2 marksmen, 2 snipers. Yeah, if we disallow that, things could change. But of course, until crazy things like that happen, teams like BURIRAM will continue to dominate. But of course, this is a little different. On first day of their play, they only heated up in the last 2 games. So maybe they'll fizzle out after the first 2 games. Maybe.
That's a big word. Maybe. I mean, that's something that we might not see because of how they are positioned leaderboard. We know that some of the teams really moved up. Even if they ended that day on second, a lot of teams gathered a lot of points as well, and now they're above them. And that is what triggers BURIRAM United. Every time they get pushed down, it's like, okay, let's secure that spot, and then that's when we slow down. So I think they will, or we will still see BURIRAM United until that moment that they get to the top 2, top 3, or if not, that #1 spot.
And of course, BURIRAM, as usual, just collecting those booyahs. The first team to get to 3 booyahs here at the pre-season knockout stage. BURIRAM, the first one there. BURIRAM will most definitely want to look to hold on to all of these records that they're setting. But let's take a look at that highlight once again as we opened up an explosive Alpine here on day 3.
Yeah, I mean, BURIRAM United has shown us how different things are when you play it differently. Like winning conditions, they tried it in day #1. Right now, they're starting off hot, showing us how aggressive a full-man squad with that M590 is. And, well, again, I guess the teams, after hearing your statement about the gun rolls, they would say, oh, hold on, AJ. Hold on. Hold on, we're not there just yet.
See, everybody's on a shotgun there. The teams are like, why would you say that, AJ? Why would you suggest such a thing? It's gonna happen, boys. Get ready.
Even in the final moment, Moshi changed the shotgun. So, well, there's really no choice but the M79 King will be our MVP. 6 elimination, 4,411 on a damage, and 3 on the assist. And he's wearing a 8-1-2-4, Joseph, Nikita, and a Nairi for those class.
You gotta love the setup. You gotta love his skills. Like you said, grenade launcher in hand. He obliterates his opponent. 6 eliminations. He hit that triple back to back to back earlier. You gotta love the arrangement of numbers on the damage. 44-11 there as well. This guy, one of the greatest captains the world of Free Fire esports has ever seen.
Definitely. I mean, that has brought them to a different height because of his leadership, and I guess we support the rest of the teams as well. And we know how it is in terms of MVP. Like Jonah might be taking lead right now. If they get a few more of those booyahs, then it will definitely change. Everyone from the team is chasing for this title, but for how long? Because we saw earlier the prize pool, there's also an MVP award. So if everyone's trying to pull on that title, then it might go to someone else.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, man, everybody is trying to aim for the exact same thing because they can, right? You hit those booyahs, you get those eliminations, you are going to be the MVP, and who's going to say no to an extra $500 US? I most definitely am not going to be that person. You've got a double Nikita being run here by Team BURIRAM, Jonah and Moshi. Sometimes they do link up. You've got Get High and Wasana out here as well. Get High, usually the player that backs up Wasana, allowing Wasana to be the true rebel out there as he rushes through his opponents. But we haven't really seen that sort of a pairing through this competition here at the preseason. BURIRAM is pretending to be a totally different team. Instead of splitting off for a 2-2 formation, now they're sticking together. They have just become so much more dangerous.
That's one thing. I mean, we rarely see that from BURIRAM United because we know how aggressive they are. And they can 1v2 certain opponents, but now they stick together. It's more firepower coming from them. Thus, they get 30 elimination. They did slow down in the beginning, thus they didn't get that much. 25 points, no one's saying no for that. The CRM finally a little bit of signs of hope from them. 15 points in second place for this map. And BTR, we've seen how well they started off, but they slowed down a little bit. So THECUZ as well, they're the ones to challenge some of the teams. If I'm not mistaken, that was RRQ that they were challenging and managed to grab a few more points from there. Thus, they get that second place.
And just like that, Bigatron Delta, as well as Dewa United, has managed to overtake Vamos on the overall leaderboard. Vamos can't do much about this situation because they've already played all 12 of their matches. Once again, it does not look like Vamos is going to be making it through to the point rush stage. Unfortunate for the Malaysian squad, but we still do have our hopes onto THECUZ. THECUZ is very close to Vamos on the overall leaderboard, but the complication here is THECUZ is fighting for that spot against teams like Hua Esports, GOW, CRM, even AG Global is down here in the bottom 6. And these are all very capable teams, capable of even consistency that Malaysia very rarely shows us. But points-wise, THECUZ is doing much better than them. I wonder how they will continue to fan it.
Yeah, I mean, that helped, or the booyah that they had on day number 1 helped as well. Hopefully that still they can maintain that attitude, the motivation from that to be able to do so, because getting that second place right now and it will increase that odds. For Vamos, I mean, it's really tough because you ended your 2 days and you were in a 10th spot. So like, well, there's no choice. You will be pushed down by a lot of teams, especially from Group C, who's just playing their second 2 day. Actually, both the teams, A and C, are playing the second game. So more points will be gathered. More teams will be pushed down as we look at the game schedule in a bit. And we are going to look into Purgatory next for our game number 2.
So we start the day half hot with BURIRAM on Alpine. And of course, Alpine has always been a favorite home of BURIRAM. So that one was pretty obvious. They were going to go out there and do their thing. But the question is, can we see consistency? Can we see all-out dominance from BURIRAM today? Or can we see an attempt of dominance, but some other team really standing them up and shocking the entire world here on this preseason knockout stage? It's the final day. It's the final opportunity for teams to squeeze into the top 12, because by the end of the 6 matches today, we eliminate 6 teams.
And as we look at the top 3 on this map, it is BURIRAM United with 34 points, 34 elimination, 51 in the points, and 1 booyah. Now, if we look back in day number 1, they did play this map twice. They didn't get so much on the first time. That is their first game wherein they only have 5 points on the placement. But when we get to the double elimination map, that is where they rake in a lot. Thus, it brings them to that 51 points.
Yeah, and of course, when you look at just these numbers on your screen, it does not necessarily mean you can expect all 3 of these teams to go all out, right? Because from what we have seen, from the very conception of this esports run here that Free Fire has had all the way up till now, I think the gap has gotten narrower and narrower. Teams are so much more closer to each other now than they have ever been in the past, Neptune, because of how well the meta has been developed, because of how well these teams have grown through skill as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even the regions has been so close, but let's see on how close they will be as we get into the next map.
Purgatory, baby. It's time to either get buried or to rise above the bodies and claim the throne. As you can see, the flight path is ever so kind. After teasing the players in the very first game from, I think, a couple of days ago, the flight path has, stopped being cranky. So the players will be able to spread out on the battlefield, avoiding each other as much as possible from the very start itself.
Yeah, but still, we are seeing hot drops, and this might be planned. Again, these teams has already played all sets of maps, and they have information already. And Bigatron is now becoming that team who wants a little bit of revenge because they fell down a little bit too early from a few of those fights. And it is They United that they will be challenging right now. One has fallen down already, and North, once again, might not be able to get away from kill.
Yeah. Let's see if or not Bigatron Delta will be able to finish off their brothers. They were united. Good shield pulled up in the nick of time to absorb all of the damage. Toda, though, we were just talking about them, bro. They were so close to Vamos, and they bow out so early. But Bigatron Delta, Gardu, a sliver of health. Can he survive? Medkits, TSS got one in his hand. Cannot pick up anyone. 200 coins. Uh-oh. I think this is the end. Bigatron Delta falls in the 11th spot.
The Giant Slayer has been slayed, and They United are the guys who did it. As we head in onto a different side of map, Hua Esports, who really need a few more points to their side, is now challenging Core Memory. But they have forgotten that memory for the moment and left that behind. They want to focus more on reviving Wang M right now, but they did get 3 eliminations already, so that's enough for them at the moment, and they can use that as an advantage once they try to chase CRM later on.
That was very well played by Dewa, and that was one of the plus points of bringing Coda into the game, right? Early drop, as you're parachuting, you get to see where your opponents are within your field of view. Now, this information doesn't get shared with the rest of your team members, but you can clearly shout at them and tell them that you've got an opponent beside you. Information is key, because in the past, when you're parachuting in, sometimes you don't get to see exactly where your opponents are. So this is a very big game changer. You see quite a number of teams at least having one player bring Coda in so that they can avoid some of the mishaps during these early drops.
And hopefully the communication is well. It's not just by the tree, by the building, behind you. Which one of us?
We've got 3.
You know how it is. You know how it is. Especially from the ranked players out there. Most of the time, there. Which one? Which part? There's a huge part of there in the map.
There's a huge there.
Everywhere is there.
Everywhere is there. BURIRAM. Rotation looking solid for them. RRQ up against Hua Esports. You can see the binoculars used here clearly by RRQ. While getting scanned out, they know the rotation. They know exactly what to expect. And they are doing this very, very smartly by using the compound, using these houses as a little bit of extra layer of defense as they try to look for Hua Esports. But Hua's not really trying to slow their pace down. They are just jetting out of there. They're like, nope, not this early.
Yeah, I mean, they were chasing Core Memory earlier. They pulled away from that engagement, and then RRQ was chasing Core Memory, that final player. But I guess they had to converge. But speaking of converge, here comes GOW going against BURIRAM United. The Arsenal is not yet open, and this really pulls in a lot of teams who want to gear up. So, Wasana right now starts it up, but no, it is Jonah with a God Made and pulls in few of those takedowns as Wasana wants to go for the finisher.
Oh, come on! What in the world was that? Jonah is cracked! And Demon goes down. Bye-bye GOW, says BURIRAM. I don't know how you fight that, Neptune.
I mean, it's tough when you have, like, a team that can go in different combinations in terms of, like, weaponry, arsenal, like, strategy. We've seen Jonah on a snipe. We've seen Jonah on a nade. We've seen him on a shotgun. The same goes with Moshi. Same goes with Wasana. It's like really a tough battle. It's a huge wall in front of everyone else.
We've also seen Jonah play bad. I remember a couple of seasons ago. No, I mean, seriously, his performance dipped so badly. And I was quite shocked because he's the captain of the squad, right? But obviously, he himself noticed that, and he has been putting in extra time because in order to make a comeback in terms of performance on one of the squads that can be, termed as literally within the top 3 within the world of Free Fire, 2-time world champs, right? Almost 3. It's insane because you are actually fighting against 3 other super pros who can very easily dominate. And so Jonah's just a different breed altogether, man. I mean, when he wants it, he really goes all out, and the performance on the battlefield is a clear testament to all of the effort he's put in.
Yeah, I really admire this players as well, even despite of that effort because of the title, as you mentioned. They're still calm, collected. They can pull out they can pull out all those tactics. There's aggressiveness. They can even slow down with perfect timing. Thus, a lot of it's plenty of time that we call out or we shout out about BURIRAM United because just that they know how to play the game and to play the opponents for this game. So it's tough. It's a tough battle, but also much tougher because despite of all those criteria, they are failing to get the championship, and I guess the pressure might be building up. So hopefully they can contain that and use that in different, like a positive way. And like what we're seeing right now, they are really ranking up in terms of points, despite of them losing out in the first day.
Let's see if or not the Vietnamese team of Hua Esports can just very nimbly avoid confrontation with RRQ. RRQ knows they're there. Hua Esports know they're there. But the question is who's gonna make the wrong move. Abe. ABCD sees him already. Pulls out the gun. Okay, beautifully done. The glue wall was erected and instantly shut down. Hua Esports know that they are gonna have to fight this one the hard way. A couple of nades thrown in, Death taken down. M590 on for the pop. Here comes 8 in the air. And the rest of RRQ as well. Zob instantly running away. ABCD too far away to back up his team member. Decos though off screen takes down Zob. This is just total annihilation. Expand try to hop on into this battle as well as Core Memory shows up of nowhere, saving Hua Esports.
This is a 3-team that has met each other already, and RRQ right now is wreaking havoc against the newcomers. They might have been the new challenger, but doesn't mean that they will be a champion of this 4v4. As you can see, Baal has gone down, Abe has gone down as well, and there goes the eliminations. It's up to Dutch right now to pull out that M590 as well as recover one of the players. But I think they won't be able to fight back that well because here comes Expand to put in more of that pressure.
Yeah, Expand's just taking too long. They need to just hop on in there and finish this off, but I understand the hesitation. They've hopped in a little bit too prematurely in the past and has gotten wiped out. But either way, the slow and steady pacing gives them quite a number of loot boxes, all thanks to the efforts of the Indonesian squad moments ago. At the end of the day, Expand is the biggest winner of that encounter.
Yeah, I mean, well, I would say Hawaii's a winner as well because they're the ones being chased by RRQ. Core Memory came in, distracted RRQ, and they managed to survive. Now a full squad once again. And, well, in terms of points, yes, Expand did get a lot in that engagement. But as we look at Team Falcons earlier, 0 elimination, full squad revival, not quite sure what's happening with the team right now, and a lot of expectation coming from them.
Now let's see, as they try to rotate around, if or not, they're gonna get another challenger here, especially as they try to wade across the waters. Potential use of the bridge coming through here for Team BURIRAM United Esports. There's a zip line to abuse if they would like, but of course that makes them a sitting duck. Can't do much except fall to their death if they get
a gliding
halfway.
duck.
A gliding duck, yes.
We've seen a couple of them down because of that zip line. So, despite of the number of zip line that we have in Purgatory, not a lot are using that unless really needed, unless desperation brings you to it. But we've seen a lot of fail in that matter.
Oh yeah. It's just way too slow, man. They need to have like a magnet train or something where you just board on one side or a teleporter, you know. This gliding nonsense don't work in the current meta of Free Fire.
I mean, it's a good thing the launchpad is there as well. I mean, it does help quickly in rotation. I love how Hawaii Sports is just covering the whole map. If you remember the early parts, RRQ was chasing, or they were chasing CRM. They flanked to the north, and then that's when they met RRQ in a bit. But before we go there, let's look at AG2 going in, taking down a few players from Twisted Mind.
Oh, big play here. Jonah down on the ground, and it looks like Hua Esports, the perpetrators, they've managed to take the fight to BURIRAM even without taking a step towards them, pelting them with all of those bullets, forcing BURIRAM to be on the back foot as they try to get away. Dewa United trying to shoot them down as well. Look at Jonah. No glue walls, nothing, on the prone, on the ground, recovers himself and continues running. The disrespect.
he just knows like what angle to take, even in that small slope, and even with the position. That is why he is the leader of the team, because he knows every inch of this game.
Yeah, I mean, he knows it like the back of his hand. He doesn't even need to open his eyes. He knows every single inch of this map and game. It's just ridiculous, man. And like you said, right, the precision in terms of dropping right in front of Expand, not exposing himself, because, you know, we've seen so many times, you know, the players use the launch pad, they land on the opposite side, and they instantly get sprayed down. Not Jonah. And of course, Expand didn't really react to that situation quick enough. Perhaps they didn't see him. But now as the blue forces them in, Jonah flying straight towards Team Expand, not even worrying about anything. Expand better watch out. Some baddies are in town.
Dude, I mean, they just flew right through Expand, and now they are on a better foot into the next zone. They will be able to weave out all through this unless Expand put in a lot more in this battle. Epic was able to take down Jonah. Here comes Jet, get high in the middle in that alley. But Moshi would be the final guy remaining with a few more players coming from Expand.
Oh, well played!
Across. Leon, close encounter sniper. That is a slap in the face of Moshi.
Oh yeah, absolutely, man. I mean, they missed the initial opportunity of shooting them down as they took that launch pad straight towards their compound. They missed it the second time round as well, but the third time round, Expand just had absolutely enough. They also struggled in the previous game, so they must be super desperate for points. BURIRAM just unlucky. They came across the kind of Expand at this point of time that just has no room for error whatsoever, and of course that brought them the very best. One player now bleeding out for the Expand squad. Adrian down on the ground, and Hua Esports finishes him off as well. The rest of the team members just pelting Hua with the bullets, but it doesn't really stop them.
And Vietnam 4v4v4.
Bro, come on. The circle literally just looked at BURIRAM and said, I love BURIRAM. And is looking for them. Circle's gonna leave Hua Esports high and dry. Hua trying to make that rotation. RRQ right behind them. BURIRAM, the ones that are closest and trying to stop the rotation. Look at the grenade. Zomdo really low! And Jonah from afar! But in trouble now. Riptide Rhythm breaks down his defenses, but he's got the grenade launcher to shoot them all back into a tiny little compound. And Jonah's actually pushing on fourth. Gets a double! Jonah the monster! And here comes the rest of BURIRAM!
There's no stopping Jonah if it gets that grenade launcher. And let's see how else RRQ will be able to fight against this team. Though they have lost Get High at the moment, but they are high on this rooftop as well, and they will need to climb up to be able to take them down, and the Bay will be taken out up close and personal from the sniper of Moshi.
Oh, Moshi, the sharpshooter, found the tiny little head bobbing up and down on the roof and went in for the shutdown. But what a good glue wall by 18BA just to protect his friend. Gets the pickup as well. Abe right back up. It's a 4 versus 3. RRQ has the advantage, but it's BURIRAM, baby. And they are savage out there right now. 18BA just managed to get away. M590 in his hand. But here comes the flying Wasana. And Abe says, get out of here. They grab the booyah for Indonesia.
RRQ says you didn't give us that number 1 from the knockout stage. We're going to take this one from you. And RRQ Kazu will be victorious in next era. The more they can put in here, the more points they can get. Bring in for tomorrow's battle.
The only thing that really sets RRQ apart from BURIRAM is the fact that they don't get as many eliminations, and that was what was seen on the overall leaderboard at the end of the knockout stage yesterday, and today that has still been a difference that RRQ had to catch up with. I thought they had already gotten the job done, but then BURIRAM out of nowhere picked up massive number of eliminations towards the very end. Jonah the monster, man, that M79, that grenade launcher was just savage stuff as he just popped everyone that he saw out there. Hua Esports, my condolences.
That was just like annoying for anyone. Like, there's not so much that you can do. You're stuck in a corner. You have glue walls to save you, but you have that opening from above. So Jonah is just taking advantage of that. But going back to RRQ, Kazu, we have 18, Deer, Lawrence, Dutz, Maal, and Abe really showing up once again. And they just want to stop the reign of Thailand in the battlefield.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And of course, Abe, their sharpshooter, their Terminator, 37 eliminations thus far in the competition throughout the knockout stage. And he most definitely got the job done out there today as well. They play really well as a squad. Their teamwork has been at an all-time high. And RRQ is just one of those teams that are not showing off that they are great at the gunfights all the time. But it's all about the positioning on the battlefield. It won them that fight. I mean, just stick to the roof, man. What else do you need to do? Let everybody else do the fighting.
Yeah, it's a combination of aggressiveness when needed and not so much like really chasing against the other teams. Thus, they became victorious. Like BURIRAM United stayed in a 4v4, but RRQ is already positioned to get into the next rotation, the next move of that circle, and there's nowhere they can do. Up close, we have 3-person, and from far behind, they have 1 person in the snipes as well as a grenade launcher. Thus, BURIRAM United had difficulty moving on.
Yeah, and you know, I think it was overall the pacing out of RRQ as well, not rushing in to meet the players of BURIRAM, but actually trying to take some isolated fights first before going in there for the finisher, right? Because remember, it was Moshi, the first one to get the snipe onto the RRQ player, and usually that's where chaos erupts. The rest of the BURIRAM army will come swooping on in, but that was impossible. Why? Because RRQ was up on the roof. RRQ needs to make the decision to get down and to find that engagement with BURIRAM, which eventually happened. Obviously, you know, one of the things that could have been so different is if Jonah still had grenades in his hands at that point of time. Yeah, it would have been a death trap up there on the roof, but Jonah had already run out of those lethals already. They had to depend on the gunfight, and RRQ took it to them and showed them a good gunfight.
I'm going to look at the highlights as we talk more about the game, and I agree with you more. I mean, he's not wasted what you did up against Wild because there's not so much of an opening. He's the one in the front of the team, and he just
BURIRAM player called Jonah, and this guy masterfully, you know, just knew exactly where to find each and every single player, and he got 3 knocks, and the rest of BURIRAM army just missed him to pick up the fight. What a exactly where to find each and every single player, with the number of MVP Thailand or MVP.
Interferência.
Coisa com eco, cara. Pois é, cara. Vai ser pra voz agora.
Vai sim, cara. Você pode ter direitos autorais. Aí deu merda. Vai. Vagabundo, né, cara?
Superhero move, even though landing was superhero. That's taking damage, but I guess with that, he has been spotted that it won't be distraction for a May. But it's smart move for 8 global as well. If you don't want, if you want to stop RRQ from getting then why not take them in a hot drop? And they did win those fights.
Minha BURIRAM na cal do fluxo. O Mundial vai ser bom.
They were chasing RRQ and Opposite might just step in. They just step in and want to be part of the party. But speaking of party, they were united right now, bringing down a party against BURIRAM United. Is left with Moshi and Jonah, and with this barrage of fight, of gunshots coming from
Eita, murcho. Só sobrou o suporte.
United at their best. They definitely had a decent fight, a 50-50 chance up against BURIRAM, and they turned that around to favor them so quickly, showing us exactly what the Indonesians are capable of putting their minds to it. Beautifully executed, forcing Moshi to run away.
That has been happening, and quite possibly United has locked back up on that platform. That has been happening every time they put up Kalahari, and even now, I guess they've studied how well the position is, or what position they can take against BURIRAM United, but just unfortunate for them that they didn't clear out, they didn't wipe out the entire team. You know how it is. If they are taken down a little early, they will be aggressive. They will be pressured to get more.
There will be here for about 17 eliminations again. Would have been nice if the 17 eliminations had been add up with well from
I mean, Falcons that is a good game already, and they're just preparing for that map number 6. So they've lost on that chances for a few times already. Now let's see if that will happen on fire with main action, but it's shot and Tommy up close and personal, but on fire might not be able to get on the flank. It has been done. It's being done.
Oh.
Rescue by Jardel on the other side.
Okay, well, the bodies just started here for Falcon. Mufasa, you see that electrotherapy working there. Mufasa wants to flank around from the left-hand side, and he beat it with the right instead. And this Pincer actually fails for 1 second as Mufasa finds the backstab. Smart play coming through from Heavy to turn this around. Falcon.
Ok? Ok. Mas tá bom daquele jeito. Mas, tá bom. Acabou o cabelo dela. Então. Olha o pequenininho lá atrás lá, o pequeno. Olha o pequeno lá atrás lá, ó. Olha tu, pequeno. Olha tu aí atrás. É o galo, ó. Olha tu, pequeno. Olha tu aí atrás. É o galo.
Eita, essa cauda mundial vai ter o que falar. Eita, essa cauda mundial vai ter o que falar.
At 590 gets the clip but doesn't finish the job. Cyril wasn't tagged, and here comes the counter attack, and the Drogon won't meet his chest, and Cyril gets knocked down to the ground.
Less chance for him to head back to the windmill, with more chance for the Drogon. Make right now to get away and run far away. Is very, very close, very, very fast. There's not so much cover for him. What? Sad will be spotted, and that's time for him to turn tails and leaving it to the rest of the team.
I am goodbye. Oh my, what a shot! Apex, that was nasty.
E Sport. Antigo time do THECUZ Mundial.
No, seriously, those were some slick moves. I mean, he's barely aiming, he's just like running and gunning and such fluid movements. Now Vivos together, up against Aral, kill Mahal! Dropping aim gone, but Apex going in here for the revenge now. P90 in hand, and Mahal just sidesteps it. Ray meets it from the other side, double revolvers in hand. And Mahal gets caught out, and 590 to his hand! What a play!
Vai voltar pro lobby, vai voltar pro lobby. Já era. Volta pro lobby aí, Bush. Volta pro lobby aí. Travando não.
Technically that was a quadra for Mahal, but that's got the final bullet in one of the other players from he was early, so that was unfortunate for Mahal. I guess Mahal doesn't care. I mean, 3 is decent, but it would have been nice to get the quadra. I mean, we've all faced that situation where we've got a weak
I've made myself key as king every time. So maybe I know that. Well, I know the other side. I have a feeling of the other side of that.
Sorry, bro. I didn't mean it, but actually I did.
You know that.
Oh, what a shot! My, hey, how? I don't even know how you got that. So that was a thing of beauty.
The expert is one guy behind whom he can anticipate or probably guess. Anticipate. Guess or anticipate where the head will be, and he's a sniper overall. So that's one that can go against Moji in terms of a 1v1. But speaking of that, what I mean, is just next to him.
Honestly, I was wondering how did he get the blue wall penetration with the AWM, but it makes sense. It looks like he switched out to the AWM right after he took the shot with the MA2D, and it looked like he took the shot with the AWM.
O casaminho tá fechando.
When did AWM start doing that? They did it, and MA2D supremacy, baby.
Where we're looking at the having so the double sniper would be a thing. Unless
É feliz dia das mulheres.
aging global right now.
Feliz dia. Dia. Da mulher. Quer salvar a tua mulher? Moral. Das mulheres. Fala aí, chat, como é que é o certo? Feliz dia das mulheres. Pesquisa aqui, pô. Abre outra aba ali.
And there goes. Zombie will be left behind. Was able to go into elimination, but again, this is the second coming of the third, so that will put the third. I don't believe he has any way to go in. Zombie outside the circle.
O Gugu manja, pô. O Gugu é nosso amigo.
Good on the plan. But now BURIRAM up against they were united. They were united. They shined once. And they yet again up against the monster. Osana. Oh, M590. It's a 1v1. No! But get high, get
Eita, BURIRAM.
That's unfair. Kiki drops to the ground as well. Zach trying to stay
Buena.
alive. Can he find a shot? Answers no. Jonas circles around.
Ó, o Asa.
Zach can't even pick anybody up.
É, Greg. O Gretchen tem que jogar, então o THECUZ pega a vaga do Gretchen.
Revenge mission for BURIRAM tonight. Have to take it down a little bit early. Probably because they don't have M590, but now that they do, they will steamrolling this team. But wow, the esports team that we're looking at, grab another. Oh, yeah, doesn't look like it. And there goes Raw Esports. It is AG Global who ends their race.
Oh, but now it's AG up against Heavy. AG hasn't spotted Heavy just yet. Now they have Cypher.
Os caras não fogem com essa trocação, não, ó. Cai um, entra outro, é bala, tiro, porrada e bomba. É só 12 na boca. Tá, então postou foto? Não tem foto dela tudo junto, não? Ah, então eu sei o que tu fez. Foto antiga, pô.
Otherwise, he will be taken down. He does go down. Left on fire and limit. On fire trying to cover, but they're and limit is up to his limit.
Alguém tá entrando e saindo direto na live.
Yeah, how long can he survive? He's got the hook gun in his hand. But turns around, beautiful 180. Does he get another one? Riptide rhythm. Breaks down the defenses, but doesn't get the connection on Chino just yet. Does manage to hook on the sidebar. One shot, each one more. And Limit doesn't get the job done just yet. Almost so. But sidebar ends the run of Limit as well as Falcon.
And as the other side, in the region, a battle happening. Article was going to against RRQ. Goes Adam going down. Needs to do it as well. RRQ is just raining.
Eita, o Dubvec tá comendo. É só o Dubvec. Dubvec tá comendo. É só o Dubvec.
Oh my goodness, BURIRAM versus RRQ once again. Earlier match, RRQ walked away with the Booyah. BURIRAM got the second spot. Both got the exact same number of eliminations. Now both teams are high for the final circle fight. Yet again, AG Global's the only one in there that can make a difference. Cypher just managed to knock down a player from the side of BURIRAM who gets picked up. And now Cypher once again get high.
Eita, no YouTube, dá like.
Take Cypher out of the equation. Get high is about to get picked up by Wasana.
Vamos, Gretchen, vamos, Gretchen.
The final player from AG Global as RRQ stays silent.
Olha o Mocho, pegando todo mundo de aberto. Olha o Mocho, pegando todo mundo de aberto. E o Mocho vai fazer história aqui agora. Vai fazer história aqui agora. Já foi um.
other side of RRQ, straight down onto the ground, and help is a little bit too far away now.
Já foi.
Now let's see if that would be able.
Olha o asa. O cara é rushadão.
No, I guess that's it for my iron. Will be a 3-way.
Só no cabeçote. Já era. Buriram. Os manos estão na pista. Só no cabeçote. Já era. Buriram.
With the double at the very end with the sniper. What a collateral on the shot. I love how they placed it. They know they have spotted it. They're not really giving up that position. They have that high ground. Motion just took care of one angle and then the rest is going for the flank. Look at you doing. They're waiting. It's not really trouble for them because they understand it's only one more player from a different team. So they have to maintain focus on RRQs that they will not beat in terms of numbers.
This was the showdown once again. And there were not many eliminations. So it looks like at the end of this game, they got a total of 13 eliminations with a difference of Booyah to top that off as well. So more points for Buriram in this game number 2 as opposed to game number 1 from earlier. But it was a very well dragged out match.
Yeah, I mean, it's dragged out. They didn't show up that much aggression. And Brave United did fall a little bit early against Dewa from their drop. So I guess that's the reason as well why they didn't get that much of elimination compared to what we often see. But I guess everyone from Brave United will be taking this.
Pô, não vale a GC, não vale a Ken, não vale a ninguém.
MVP for the side of Brave United. The only question is, which one will take it, and will that be a base 3 MVP?
Olha o THECUZ. THECUZ é banco. Ô, THECUZ. Todo mundo dando tua espera, THECUZ.
It's just like passing it around. Who will be the MVP? But we've seen how aggressive, how competitive they are, not only against other teams, but also within like the internal of the team. They don't want to give that up that easily, and there was an injury as well, I guess, from Osaka.
Botou onde?
It's up to them. They had to take it away from the rest of the team. So if they want to be that MVP, then they have to do that one.
And it was not easy walking away from the rest of the crowd here as the witness and the MVP as well. But of course, consistency is mind-blowing. Some of the squads out here, like Buriram, they're able to repeat this time and time again with unbelievable accuracy, right? And, you know, it's actually very surprising that AG Global this time around here, when shooting matches are showing up in their best form. Because remember, down here at the knockout stage, before getting to the past 3 days, they haven't really been showing the best version of themselves. They just managed to scrape through and qualify.
Yeah, it seems like they tried to replicate the Brave United, or probably they just went and popped off in the final 2 games from yesterday. Thus, they managed to get onto the top 12. So let's see if that's something that they can fix, because definitely it will need to be fixed if they want to go on the top dogs, if they want to maintain their spot in the next season's top dog ranking. But as we go through the highlights right now, this is where some teams really reign, but some has a falter, especially for YE Sports. We expect will be grabbing
I think there's no doubt whatsoever. But you know, a little bit of a difference here. Remember, we were expecting the Vietnam squad to do well on this map. I'm actually quite surprised that they got eliminated very early on.
Yeah, I mean, probably that expecting of what is happening from the other on how the team battles are, and it's just something that didn't happen from the knockout stage. Knockout stage is rotation-wise only happens 2 matches or 2 days of match against different region. Now everything is changing, and Kalahari is on the second game, so it's not so much of an adjustment that they have done. Or could have been a little bit quicker as early on this game.
Was a showdown. Is the MVP for the match this time round. 5 eliminations. This guy is an absolute insane member of the squad out there. Also has got the same battle, which is why he's so brave, right? Just running out in the open with his grenade launcher. He's just such a menace to deal with out there.
Mas eu copiar aqui, Pian.
Insane with the sane at this point for Jonah. 5 eliminations, 16 hit, 500 damage, and 3 assists. And I love how how he is finding new ways in playing this game in this new format that you can character. Apart from Maal, he's the one getting away from the norm, trying to test other characters' active skills to use so that they can probably that as a trump card once they get into different levels of the competition. So MVP, Brave United, the Booyah, Brave United, that would be the second Booyah for today after RRQ has taken it from next time.
It was a delight to watch BURIRAM what they did out there on the battlefield, fighting back from a position where it seemed like they were not really going to get the Booyah because of how some of the other teams were doing, especially AG Global. But finding that spot on that high ground made the biggest of difference for themselves. And of course, let's look at the active skills here, and it seems like nothing much has changed for BURIRAM from yesterday to today, right? They still are running the same cast Tatsuya as well as Koda combination, which seems to be doing them a lot of favors in remaining very resilient out there.
I mean, that's one thing. That's something that we really like to see from Brave United, consistency as well as getting away from the norm, which is ironic. It's ironic because, well, if you want to get away from what's normal, what the other teams are normally doing, you have to like change a little bit from time to time. But if it's working for Brave United, they will stick with it, and it does work for them in terms of that Booyah. But for AG Global, elimination-wise, they
Without at all, AG Global, I mean, this was even better than the previous match where we saw, I believe, Dalvin picking up 17 eliminations. It was a really strong game for them. But AG
BURIRAM em segundo.
with the AG getting the second spot as well, it's an edge over BURIRAM. And of course, BURIRAM getting the Booyah for the third as well for a total of 25. RRQ maintaining consistency, which means they are going to be hot on the heels of BURIRAM on the
Tabela do
side.
dia.
No one's
Tabela da
letting go of
queda.
that number 1 or number 2 spot just yet. Team Falcons has been brought in with 30 points, but it's a little short compared to AG Global and Brave United, so they might not be on that
Jogo vivo, porra.
Onde?
of
Mas
on
tem.
placement in our standing. So we'll see that in a bit, and there you have it, 46 points in total coming from Brave United, 40 points from RRQ. Y Sports County and WAG 3 very close to each other. Twisted Line has been left behind, and
O que o Marco tá falando no grupo?
for the rest of the Asian team has been pushed down. And Todak, well, we might have been expecting this, but not this low. 2 points overall after 2 games. They need to be
At least they're not obsessed. That's the thing that we can smile about. At least they're not sure at this point in time. It's a tough lobby, especially for the ladies, as we all know they've got this sort of opportunity to see some sort of matches out there. I'm sure that's what that is.
Let's see on what magic they will be bringing into this battlefield right now as we are going to. It will change.
Absolutely, because there is a possibility
o Palmeiras vai levar o tag de Magno. O Palmeiras vai levar o tag de Thales Magno. Eu vi ontem isso. Thales Magno pode deixar o Corinthians. Viu? Tá ali com o Thales Magno. Tá perdendo espaço pro Corinthians e pode ser jogador do Palmeiras. Ai!
Tem e-mail aqui dentro? Tem esse e-mail aqui, Miguel. Aqui, ó. Aqui, ó. Mano Martim, Mano de Salva.
Welcome back, survivors. This is the Free Fire World Series Southeast Asia 2025 Spring Pre-Season Point Rush. We are after 2 games, geared in for game number 3 now. We kind of know which teams are heated up. We kind of know which teams are struggling down there at the bottom. We are hoping for a miracle for them. We are also hoping for some of these top flight teams to go a little bit more crazier so that we can have fun together. My name is AJ. I'm the Mustache down here with Neptune and Gentleman Garcia. We are your casters for the day.
Definitely a lot of fun. I mean, the new format has like excited us day after day, match after match. There's a few wherein it's quite slow, but it doesn't stay that way. It really changes the pace of the game. It really changes the phase of the esports scene in terms of fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the shake-up. I love the introduction of so many new rules that doesn't really make it seem so awkward or weird, right? It's not really pushing the boundaries in terms of, how weird the rules are. In fact, it's just brought so much of color into the whole competition. It just brought so much of excitement into the gameplay. There's something for us to look forward to. In the past, there was a point of time where I wasn't actually looking forward to the final game already because, sometimes some dominant teams, they kind of finish off the competition very, very quickly, right? So we kind of have now new rules to accommodate such savagery, to accommodate such supremacy on the Free Fire esports front. And, instead of just shutting them down or letting it be a boring journey all the way to the end, they have now given us reasons to wait for game weeks, right? Such as the double points for the eliminations, such as, a potential of all of us going crazy as the leaderboard switches up, drastically. That's what I live for.
Yeah, I mean, it's not stuck to like the usual teams already dominating that top spot. The top half has been changed so many times. It surprises overall day after day. But at the end of the day, especially when we ended our knockout stage, as we got to this point rush, as well as for tomorrow's grand finals. But as we look into game schedule, we started off next era for game number
1, RRQ got that Booyah, and BURIRAM United took it away from that team Kalahari for the forward will be our next. And the order that we have right now, for those of you just joining us right now, has been randomized day after day, especially adding to that random game number 6.
Absolutely. And of course, now 6 points between RRQ and BURIRAM. RRQ currently 6 points behind BURIRAM. Falcons not too far away from RRQ. They're only 3 points away, which basically means these teams are very, very, very close to each other. The final game, I'm actually just hoping an underdog, just gets a massive game and then is able to like create some sort of miracle for themselves here at Point Rush. Because once again, man, there are a lot of head start points available for using the grand finals. But of course, before we get there, let's see who may have a good advantage at this map. The top 3 teams who have been able to pick up decent points all belong to Indonesia. Indonesia likes a new map now.
they like new map. They like this format as well. 73 points, imagine, from a team of Egos from Purgatory, but they did have multiple instances in playing that, and that will be one random map from day number 1, and they were part of that as well. And that's one thing, that part of a random map, it's already double in terms of points. So more points, more chances of them to be on that spot.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, there's a potential upset here as well, and the one that is about to be upset is me, right? I don't want the pace to slow down, and usually the pace slows down at Bermuda, right? You kind of point out this out. Everybody's just trying to play safe on the map. Purgatory is kind of massive as well. I'm just hoping for the flight path to mess the teams up from the very get. Force some early engagements, give us something to scream about. Because if not, never. Takes them a while to do that. But the new circle system, though, I really like the base of the new circle. They're really bringing us
Yeah, I mean,
Cachopão aí, pô.
it's the stage where it is very, very small. And it doesn't stay the same. There's no more anticipating, stacking up on the beds and then healing once you get there.